Today on Inquirer, President Bongbong Marcos orders to expedite the importation of refined sugar to ease prices. Bill requiring college and technical vocational students to undergo a 2-year mandatory basic military and police training filed in the Senate. Bureau of Corrections Acting Head Gregorio Catapang to file plunder complaints against former Bucor Chief Gerald Bantag by year-end or early 2023. And NAIA, the third most stressful airport according to a travel website. Good evening. For our top story, President Ferdinando Marcos Jr., who is the concurrent Agriculture Secretary, has ordered to expedite the importation of refined sugar in the country to ease prices, a move widely opposed by local sugar producers. To fill us in on the details, here's Zakarian Sarao reporting live. Zach?
Yes, Neil, despite objections from local sugar producers, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who also happens to be the Secretary of Agriculture, made the move to expedite the entry of imported sugar in an effort to decrease its selling prices. This came after the Department of Agriculture issued an order directing the agency's Minimum Access Volume Secretariat, Officer in Charge and Executive Director Jocelyn Salvador, to immediately convene the Minimum Access Volume Advisory Council to expedite the importation of 64,050 metric tons of refined sugar. Minimum access volume refers to the size of a specific agricultural product that can be imported with a lower tariff. This is also the minimum amount committed by the Philippines to the World Trade Organization. According to the DA, this directive was issued as Marcos expressed concern over the high inflation rate of sugar, as annual inflation increment for sugars, confectionery, and desserts reached 38% in November. The United Sugar Producers Federation of the Philippines, or UNIFED for its part, said that it is not necessarily opposing any plans to import sugar, but made an appeal to the president to halt any attempts at importation while local sugar milling is at its peak. UNIFED President Manuel Lamata explained that because local sugar milling is at its peak, the country still has abundant stocks of raw and refined sugar, which means there is still no need to import it. The Philippine Chamber of Agriculture and Food, on the other hand, said the DA's latest move is necessary to bring down sugar's retail price. Latest figures from the Sugar Regulatory Administration, meanwhile, shows that the total physical refined sugar stood at 203,704.80 metric tons as of December 11, which is higher by 56.66% than the 130,032.75 metric tons recorded in the same period a year ago. Refined sugar produced, meanwhile, reached 248,024.10 metric tons, which is an increase of 36.36% from last year. Back to you, Neil.
Thank you, Zach. That's Zakarian Sarao reporting live. A 2-year mandatory basic military and police training program for all college and technical vocational students is being pushed in the Senate. Senate Bill number 1565, filed by Senator Francis Tolentino, says students who fail to undergo the training program would not be qualified for graduation. Tolentino explained that his proposed measure aims to increase students' awareness on the country's need for human resources in times of war, calamities and disasters, and national or local emergencies. He added that this measure is also in support of the government's law enforcement strategy against crimes and other civic obligations. The bill also provides several incentives for students undergoing the military and police training program. For those undergoing the training and accepted in the advanced military training course, the measure proposed a free hospitalization in any government hospital in case of accident or injury during the training. Public and private higher education and technical vocational schools are likewise mandated under the bill to provide insurance to students undergoing military and police training. Bureau of Corrections Acting Head Gregorio Catapang is eyeing to file plunder complaints against Gerald Bantag either by the end of this year or early next year. This comes after Catapang revealed that the suspended Bucor Director General allegedly endorsed 300 million pesos in unauthorized advance payments for unfinished Preson projects. In an interview with ANC's Head Start, Catapang said he hopes to file the complaints at the end of this year or early next year as soon as he gets the documents. According to Catapang, 95% of the 1 billion peso budget for the modernization of 4 Bucor facilities has been disbursed to contractors, despite only accomplishing 60% of the project. He also alleged that the documents were faked to show a 95% accomplishment rate. Asked if he believes that the unauthorized payment was pocketed, Catapang answered, of course. He also noted that contractors claimed that delays in the projects were due to the COVID-19 pandemic and were asking for another extension to complete their work. But Catapang pointed out that they will have to investigate the matter since it is already the third time that contractors requested for an extension. Ahead of the holiday season and the expected holiday rush, a new report released by a travel website has ranked the Ninoy Aquino International Airport as among the worst airports in Asia and the world. Last month, HawaiianIslands.com released its report titled The Most Stressful Airports in America and the World, which was done through analysis of over 1,500 Google reviews for over 500 airports across the world. They analyzed the sentiment of Google reviews and ranked the airports based on the percentage of reviews that indicate stress. Among the airports in Southeast Asia and Oceania, NAIA ranked the third most stressful airport in the region with 57.81% of its passenger reviews indicating stress. Based on the recent reviews for NAIA in Google Maps, among the common complaints left by passengers were the alleged lack of organization, long lines, overcrowding, lack of seats at the departure gates, and delayed luggage release. Several tourists and passengers also complained about how most, if not all, food stalls and restaurants inside the airport only accept cash for payment. Similar studies from travel website Guide to Sleeping in Airports and global luggage storage app Bounce have described NAIA as frustrating and inconvenient. However, the Department of Transportation disputed these previous claims, saying that such claims are unsubstantiated. Then Transport Secretary Arthur Togade also told Filipinos not to believe the Bounce study, saying it had no fundamental nor parameters to support its claim that NAIA is the worst airport. Cloudy skies with rain could be the dominant weather condition in the country until Christmas Day, according to the State Weather Bureau, Pagasa. To give us an update, joining us today is Pagasa weather forecaster June Ezra Bulkering. Sir Ezra, magandang gabi.
Yes po, magandang gabi rin sa inyo at sa lahat po ng nakikinig at nanonood. No? Sa kasalukuyan, yung binabanggit po natin na low pressure area, huling namataan sa layo na 275 kilometers east-northeast ng Surigao City, Surigao del Norte. And as of now, ito ay nagdadala ng makulimlim na panahon na may kalat-kalat na mapag-ulan at pagkilat-pagkulog dyan sa may Eastern Visayas, Central Visayas at Caraga. So possibly itong low pressure area na ito ay mababa naman yung chance na mag-develop into a tropical depression. Kaya possibly na-expect na lang natin na in the following days mag-dissipate na lamang po ito. However, yung northeast monsoon o yung amihan ay patuloy pong umiiral na kung saan nakaka-apekto dyan sa Luzon area. So, ang Cagayan Valley, Cordillera, Bicol Region, Aurora at Quezon makakaranas po ng maulap na kalangitan din and then may mga pag-ulan. Pero dito sa atin, sa Metro Manila at yung nalalabing bahagi nating bansa, patuloy po tayong makakaranas ng magandang panahon. So expect po natin na bahagi maulap hanggang sa maulap yung mga kalangitan. And then yung mga pag-ulan na mararanasan lamang, mga isolated rain showers and thunderstorms, yung mga pulupulong panandali ang mga pag-ulan lamang.
Sir Ezra, meron lang kaming ilang katanungan, siguro kasi marami sa ating mga kababayan ngayon sa Metro Manila, lalo na ang nagbabalak mag last minute Christmas shopping. Do we advise them to go out and do their last minute Christmas shopping or asahan ba natin na may mga pag-ulan na sa mga susunod na araw?
Well, okay lang naman, possibly kasi yung mga pag-ulan na maranasan natin sa hapon at gabi lang. Pero in general, maganda po yung panahon natin, from today and over the weekend. So, expect lang natin na magiging, medyo makulimlim diyan sa may Visayas area. So, yung Eastern Visayas, Central at Caraga, region. So, possibly, yan lamang yung areas na magiging makulim, over the weekend dahil sa low pressure area dyan sa east of Surigao.
That's good to know, Sir Ezra, no? Another question, sir, is nararamdaman na natin, actually, the past few days, talagang medyo malamig na yung panahon, ano? Inaasahan ba natin na bababa pa ang temperatura sa mga darating na araw?
Possibly, yes, kasi meron naman talaga tayong surge din ng amihan, na kung saan yung buong Luzon area na nga po yung apektado ng northeast monsoon natin. So, at this time of the year naman din talaga, ina-expect natin yung mga ganitong scenarios.
Sir Ezra, huling tanong na lamang, ano? Hanggang kailan natin inaasahan itong malamig na panahon sa ating bansa?
Well, usually around Feb, March, meron pa rin po tayong surge ng amihan. So, every year naman po, around doon lang din yung months na nagte-terminate tayo ng northeast monsoon.
Okay. Maraming salamat, sir. That's Pag-asa Weather Forecaster June Ezra Bulkerin. Alamin naman natin ang mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama si Anthris Arceo ng Bandera. Ann?
Hello Neil at hello sa lahat ng kabandera natin all over the universe. Narito ang latest chika for today. Ibinahagi ng aktor na si Andrew Schimmer ang naging birthday celebration ng kanilang bunsong anak ni Joe Rovero na si Sander. Sa kanyang Facebook page na The Shimmers, ay in-upload niya ang video ng anak kung saan makikitang nag-blow ng kanyang birthday cake habang ito ay nasa burol ng kanyang ina. Matatandaang nitong Martes, December 20, nang pumanaw na ang asawa ni Andrew na si Joe matapos ang 2 taong pagkaka-confine nito sa ospital. Ayon kay Andrew, nasa taping daw siya ng Family Feud noong mangyari ang pag-aagaw buhay ng asawa. Halos rolling na nga raw nang makatanggap siya ng tawag mula sa ospital na sinusubukan nilang i-revive si Joe. Agad namang nagpaalam si Andrew at pinuntahan ng asawa. Inabutan na nga niya itong nire-revive hanggang sa tuluyan na itong pumanaw. Hanggang sa huling sandali ay pinaramdam ni Andrew ang kanyang pagmamahal sa asawa, ngunit malungkot ang aktor dahil kasabay ng pagpanaw ng kanyang asawa ay ang kaarawan naman ng bunso nilang si Sander. Makikita nga sa video post ni Andrew na kinakausap nito ang kanyang yumaong ina. Ikunuwento pa nga niya ang kanyang first time na pagpunta sa isang convenience store. Mapapansin rin sa bunso ni na Andrew na tila hindi pa rin nagsisink in sa kanya ang pagpanaw ng kanilang ina.
Mommy! Today is my birthday. Also, I really miss you. Super dearly. Mommy! Someday we will see each other again soon. I love you. Mommy! I just wish you were well again and come home. I really wish that you come home and you were okay.
Isa pa nga sa mga nakakaantig na sinabi ni Sander ay nais raw nitong maging proud sa kanyang ina.
And I really want you to be proud of me and Ate and Daddy. We will keep making you proud every single day. Mommy, I love you so much. Bye-bye na, Mommy.
Marami naman ang natouch sa naturang video na ibinahagi ni Andrew. Dalangin nga nila na maging maayos ang lahat para sa mag-aama na sa ngayon ay labis na nangungulila sa kanilang ilaw ng tahanan. Mula sa Bandera, Taos-puso kaming nakikiramay sa pamilya ni Andrew Schimmer at sa lahat ng mga kaanak na naiwan ni Joe Rovero. At iyan nga ang latest chika for today. Maraming salamat, Neil.
From the INQUIRER.net family, our condolences to the family of Andrew Schwimmer. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. It's 3 days before Christmas. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.